Manchester United press conference ahead of Champions League clash. Interim coach Ralf Rangnick and veteran midfielder Nemanja Matic address the press. This is Ralf Rangnick's first Champions League interview as our interim coach. Questions were first directed to Matic and he answered them accordingly. First question: obviously you are already through and have won the group, but you've got a new manager to impress. What's the feeling among the players for this game? Matic response: I think that you have already given the answer to that. We have to try to impress the manager, to try to show that we deserve to play. It's a great opportunity for everyone. Yeah, we are through on top of the group, but we want to finish in the best possible way with the 3 points in front of our supporters at Old Trafford. It's a great opportunity for us to show our qualities and to show the manager that we have quality to play and that we deserve to play, of course. Second question: what is the biggest impact that the man sat to your left, Ralf Rangnick, has had since he walked through the door? Matic response: every manager has his ideas, of course, and we always try to adapt and to understand as soon as possible his ideas. I think that everyone saw a bit of his idea in the last game against Crystal Palace, of high pressing, of that organization, when we defended and when we attack, of course. Obviously, we were training with him only a couple of days and we didn't have time to understand more of this, but we could see in the last couple of days the way we want to play, and I'm sure in the future the team will play more in his way. And as I said, after a couple of days it's very difficult, but I'm sure step by step, everyone will see his ideas on the pitch because we still have to understand everything that he wants from us. Third question: Nemanja, do you feel like the confidence is back among the squad again after putting together 4 important results after a challenging period before that? Of course, when you win games it's easier. Confidence is back, of course. Yeah, I think that the momentum is very important. We have to carry on. We have to go game by game. The next is the most important, so tomorrow is another final. Yeah, we have to carry on. We have to know what we did well in the last couple of games, where we made mistakes, to improve that and to perform in the best possible way during the next one. Fourth question: can I ask you about Fred and Scott McTominay, 2 players who play in a similar position to you? I know that they have looked up to you and have benefited from your experience. How do you see them as players, as how they're doing? First and foremost, they are great people, great for the changing room and very important players in our team. They improve a lot game by game. They don't get enough praise because always people who are scoring goals get praise after games. But sooner or later, they will get what they deserve, and I think game by game they're better and better. They give us stability, so they have to continue to work in this way and I'm sure they will have a bright future. First question to Ralf: hi Ralf, can we expect a lot of changes tomorrow, perhaps all 11? And if you can provide us with some injury updates. We saw Edinson, Raphael, Luke and Jesse training today. Ralf's response: I haven't finally decided, to be honest, but I think it definitely makes sense that we rest a few players due to the crowded fixture list over the next few weeks and months. We need to make sure that we have as much recovered players as possible, also for the Premier League, but on the other hand, of course, we need to keep the positive momentum. Our ethos is to win games even if we maybe play with a few new players, fresh players. It's still important that we win the game. By the way, in the first game in this group, we lost at Young Boys, and so we still need to make up for that, and it's clear that no matter which players we start with tomorrow, we definitely want to win the game. Second question to Ralf: on Sunday I think you said that it was impossible to stay at the level that the players started the game. Is it fair to say then that the players, despite being fit and top-class athletes, have to find an extra level of fitness to play at the level that you demand in terms of that high-intensity game? Ralf's response: if I look back to the game against Crystal Palace, I don't think we lacked energy in the second half. Obviously, the first half hour was almost perfect, I would say. It was impressive the way that we pressed all over the pitch. Actually, I didn't expect the team to do that on this kind of level. In the second half, it was not that same high-tempo intensity that we played in the first half, but still we controlled the game. So there was not much that we allowed them. We didn't give away any opportunities to Crystal Palace, so I don't see any physical issues, but of course, in order to play like that, it's important that you make sure you are fully prepared for every game that we playing. And there are no easy games, not in the Premier League, not in the FA Cup, not in the Champions League, so we need to make sure we are as fresh as possible. Third question: Your old friend Thomas Tuchel won this trophy last year after 4 months at Chelsea, in a similar situation to Di Matteo in 2012. Were those seasons unique in their own way, or is something like that feasible with the squad that you have now? Ralf's response: I think it is too early now, having been here for only a week with the team, having played one game, I think it's too early. But obviously, with a club like Manchester United, we're ambitious to be as successful as we can be in all competitions, no matter in which one. For me, it's important we develop the team, that we continue the application of the defensive process and fine-tune our collective defending. Right now, playing every 3 days, it has to happen in-game and obviously also in taking the players in video footage sessions. We did that before the Crystal Palace game, and we will also do that before the game tomorrow against Young Boys and also our next fixture at Norwich. Fourth question: is managing in the Champions League one of the reasons why you took this job? It's such a prestigious competition. Is it a good chance for you to test yourself again against the other best managers in the world? Ralf's response: as a young student, I studied English at university, and I also spoke about that in the first press conference. Since then, there has always been a special relationship and a special interest on my part, regarding England and English football. When the offer, or the proposal or the invitation came from Manchester United, for me it was a no-brainer. I had to do that, and I had to accept that because, as I said, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. There's a lot of good players already here, and being able to work with them for 6 months, it was something I couldn't possibly turn down. Fifth question: I know success is a concept that is very hard to define, especially in football. It depends on many contexts, but what would? Ralf's response: for me, success can only be achieved developing the team. This the result of development. If we can develop the team in the next 6 months, in the way that I can see them play, I think that will be a success. I think quite a few things. You could already see last Sunday, knowing it was only one game and the first game. It showed how the team could defend if they worked together as a team, and obviously, there is still space for improvement. Not everything has been perfect in that game, we can still improve. In possession of the ball we can create more chances, we can be more flexible on the ball, we can play more vertically on the ball. We spoke about that in the first press conference. If you look at the amount of goals we considered until last Sunday, and I heard today it was the first clean sheet at Old Trafford since April. 6 months, no clean sheet in your own stadium. For me it was clear where the priorities should be and how we should develop the team in the next couple of weeks. I'm also aware that in the end, to be successful, it hopefully means playing in the Champions League next season, and being successful in the Champions League and FA Cup. We didn't get the easiest draw in the FA Cup, to be honest, against Aston Villa. We now play them 2 times in 1 week. It's one of 3 direct Premier League duels in the FA Cup, so there were a few easier draws possible, but in the end it's like another Premier League game. This is exactly how we will approach this game. Sixth question: could you bring us up to date on your coaching team and tell us your thinking behind any personnel that you are currently in the process of bringing in? Ralf's response: it won't be that many. So far, I'm very happy to work with the staff I have met last week, and they gave me a lot of help in the last couple of days of preparation for the Crystal Palace game. We have decided to bring in a sports psychologist, Sascha Lenz. He's from Germany, he's a former second division player. I worked with him for 3 years at Leipzig, in the year we won promotion from the second to the first division myself, and the following 2 years when Ralf Hasenhüttl was head coach and Zaltlo, the current assistant coach of Thomas Tuchel, was assistant coach. So we know each other since then, and he will be introduced to the team as soon as he's got his visa and work permit. I will also have one other assistant coach with Chris Armas. He used to be the assistant coach at New York Red Bulls under Jesse Marsch. That was 5 years ago.